Yeah, you guys came in just right after I offered. I told Kevin I'd help him out in 2 weeks with give him $10 for a handy. He was going to go work the streets. He's saying, things are rough.
I get it.
You know what?
Keep it in the circle.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the COVID-19 handy is I pull up, roll down my window, although I am right-handed, so I'll scooch over to the passenger side.
Jam something down my nose.
Wait, that's more than $10.
Yeah.
That's a clean 15er.
Oh, okay.
2 for you.
But yeah.
Now it makes sense why you're dressed like a Russian gangster.
Yeah, because I have. What do they drink?
Oh no, the tracksuit, like the tracksuit.
Oh.
Eastern Bloc. I always think of just like a full body tracksuit and just like
You want me
really
to do
tough
whole?
9-year-olds.
You want me to do whole punch up in Russian then? Because it's so good.
Yeah,
Please
start
do,
doing one.
please do a Russian accent.
Is that accent juice?
It
If
gets
so, drink
better-
more of it.
Gets better as you drink.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
It's funny. Now that I see the picture, the trophy behind Steve, I know what it is, but it looks like a porn award of some sort because it looks like a dick and balls, and it's
Oh, does it?
nope.
It does look like a dick and some balls.
Do not move it.
Yeah.
Dick and some balls.
How about that?
Well, now we don't see it. Oh, put it back. I want to see it, so people are like,
Aww.
"Well,
It's good. It's good. It's good to have something questionable back there.
Yeah.
oh, spin it the other way."
Keeps them thinking.
Yeah. Sometimes it goes into your ear.
Just not on the face.
Yes. Oh, come on.
I want it. Draw the line at my ear.
Coming on the wall now.
That's a perfectly reasonable place to draw the line. I mean, you're the John. You make the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I don't think the John does make the rules. You know what? It's definitely not going to be $10, Ian. Now you're up to 20.
Huh.
He's into ear stuff.
This pandemic is killing me.
Hey, this is Steve with the Punch Out Podcast. With me on this episode are Ian O'Shea,
Hey, Steve.
Jessie Preisendorfer,
Hey, Steve.
Kevin Regan,
Hey, Steve.
and our storyteller is Kristen Finger. Kristen, welcome back.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for having me again, especially in this cool platform.
Is it cool?
Listen, I'm starting to appreciate it. So sure, let's call it cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm starting to clean my butt with my children's toothbrush. So,
What do you mean starting?
well, I got new toothbrushes. I had to break them
Already
in.
taken a turn.
Yes.
But you know what else is cool, you guys? If I could
What's
just
that,
segue.
Kristen?
If I could just segue really quickly.
White Kirsten.
Color guard.
Yeah,
So
I didn't know.
Yes, why not?
I didn't know I needed a category. It was just too open. I was just like, you know what's cool? I don't know. Space.
Cool.
So I was in my high school color guard. I think you guys know this about me already, but for the fans at home that don't, I was in it for the 2 years in middle school and 4 years in high school.
I thought
And
you were going to say I was in it for the money.
Prestige.
I can't even say that because I taught color guard, and we sat down one time and figured out the amount of hours we spend
Oh.
doing it and how much we got. And it was
Did you
was-
break it all down? Because I want to know how
Yes.
often.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It was change. It was
Yeah.
Is it better or worse than the money you've made doing improv?
I'm gonna say worse.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. But more time spent doing it. So anyway, I going into my sophomore year, I signed up for this thing called AMA, which is American Music Abroad, where they send kids on a 2-week tour in Europe to different parts of Europe. They go and play at parks, at little concerts. And
Play instruments. But did you play an instrument?
no. So
Threw them in the air and caught them.
Are you
Yeah.
are you being tagged for future human trafficking?
probably.
Yeah.
So they offered, and choruses sometimes went, but this particular year, they said, we're going to send a color guard. And I was like, okay, like that's the way my mom will send me to Europe. Like we had to raise money, be able to go on the trip or whatever. But like my mom still paid a ton of money for it.
How many people are in color guard? Like how many people in your group are going over?
There was only 4 of me from my high school. So
Okay.
you also went with a bunch of different high schools. So there was 4 girls from our color guard from Happer Horsham. And then like, there was probably 15 of us total, but then they were from like North Penn or Upper Moreland or, you know, different high schools like that.
Okay.
So color guard is color guard like, I mean, I don't mean to, is it like part of band and like you're that, right? So how large is the group?
So, well,
4 out of how many went?
Wait, hold on a second, because Jessie's saying no, but Chris was kind of saying yeah. So which is it?
what do you mean we're not part of the band, Jessie?
The band will say no, but the color guard will say yes.
And Jessie was in the band, and Kristen was in the color guard.
Listen, if y'all were out there without a color guard, no one would want to watch you. All you doing is walking around tooting things, all right?
So you're saying, like sports, football, they have cheerleaders, right, to go, wah,
Yeah.
and a band has a color guard to go, wah, for them.
Is this allowed?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but on the audio podcast, that does nothing.
Coming
Hold on, Kristen. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Color guard is the ribbons or the
Okay, I'm going to stop you.
Oh.
I'm going to stop you before I leave. Color guard has grown since the 1930s when Steve was in high school.
That's Jessie's joke.
I couldn't have done it better though. Perfect.
So there are flags of various sizes. There are sabers and rifles typically.
Well, that, I mean, to be fair, a flag is just a wide ribbon.
Okay.
Thank you.
And your mustache is just a wide muffin top. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Clip those two, clip that dead air and just bring it in.
What a
again.
muff. I was looking for muff. Isn't that what the British call a bush? Your muff? It's just a... Anyway, the thing is, this goes to the point where like color guard is very much like Cirque du Soleil and gymnastics at this point. But it really is. Jessie, I'll show you some videos. So I auditioned and I got it. All right, so that's the other important thing. This is something you had to audition for. So then you go to a college, I think it was like Albright or something like that, for like 4 days to go learn the routine, meet everybody. You stayed in the dorms, whatever.
This
You learn
is
the
you've
routine.
made it. You're going to go to Europe, and this is the preparation stage.
Yeah. So I get there and they hand us, and Steve, they handed me a giant ribbon. They handed me pom-poms, a giant ribbon, and a swing flag, which is basically a chain with a small flag attached to it. And I was like, what?
What is this?
So,
That
what
sounds like
is
a
this?
weapon.
They wanted you to assassinate someone.
Yeah.
Also,
chain
this was
with
the only-
flag.
What's that?
That's a weapon.
Yeah. All of color guard instruments are a weapon. FYI.
Yeah, but there's a rifle that won't shoot and a sword that won't cut, but a chain can hurt somebody.
I could hit you with a rifle and it would hurt.
Well, I could hit you with a trombone and it would hurt, but that's not, you know what I mean.
This is like the nerdiest shit talk I've ever heard in my life.
Love it.
No, I doubt that, Kevin.
The scary part of this story is that I haven't even gotten to Europe yet, and that's where the story takes place. So,
Yeah, let her get to Europe.
so anyway, we learned this routine, and there were pom-poms involved. We also got to learn how to swing dance, because what they wanted us to do during the one swing song that the band was going to be playing. And mind you, this is like concert band. So the band would just be seated, not like moving around like a marching band. And then we would just be like in like a semicircle in front of them doing things, right?
What year is this, Kristen?
95.
So Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, right?
96.
After Swingers.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think that was 96. So like Squirrel Nut Zippers, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Okay.
Yeah. So the idea was that in the parks and different concert halls, the color guard would grab someone to swing dance with during that song. All right. Awkward is right. So flash forward to us like on this European tour. I was 15 16 years old, and I'd never gone anywhere like without my mom, or like my brother wasn't around, or it was literally me. Like I was like, I can be whoever I want.
Ooh.
It didn't get that exciting, but the rebellious Kristen came out.
Oh.
Because I became friends with a couple of the other people on the trip. And,
Color guarders?
yeah, 2 were in the color guard, and then the one guy. Here we
Oh
are.
my God.
So
Wow.
the cutie down front in the really sweet Quicksilver T-shirt is Kristen.
Yeah, is that
I don't remember the other people's names.
Mm-hmm.
That
Oh,
happened.
you're one of them.
But so this was kind of my crew. And also the other 3 girls that I was with from my high school too. But these 3 that I was hanging out with were like super cool, and they would like drink the liquor in the hotel like rooms and stuff and fill it with water and like get crazy.
What was that with water? Replace it with water, is that what you said?
Replace it with water, yeah.
All right. Nobody
And
ever.
where in Europe are you?
Right now, the first stop was Dinkelsbühl, Germany.
Dinklesbuhl.
Hold on a second. I don't know if you know this. Ian does the best Dinkelsbuhl accent you will ever hear. Ian, hit it.
Oh, welcome to Dingo's Boo.
He's not from there originally, but that guy lives there.
I
Wow.
live there now. So
May I help you with your luggage?
it was this very cute, quaint town. And we were like in one of the shops, and one of the girls, let's call her Blonde, the blonde one. Blonde was like, hey, I'm going to steal this keychain.
Yes.
And I was like, I got like this like sense of like, yeah, we're going to fucking steal this keychain.
Was she stealing it because awesome, or because she did not understand the exchange rate and therefore was like, I don't know how much.
She meant get a good bargain.
Yeah.
Quite possible.
Yeah.
He's open shit, man.
She's like, here, put this one in your pocket. And I was like, okay.
That's
I
you
have-
feeling it.
I have never, ever in my life had ever stolen or thought about stealing something. But in this moment, I said, yeah.
You're a keychain mule. That's
Yeah.
what you are at this point. Yeah.
I mean, you're the leader of color guard in Europe. Like, there are no rules.
No rules.
They should be giving you keychains.
So we got away with it. We walked out, no problem. No one came
You got
after
away with the keychain that no one was watching?
No.
Yeah.
Or buying.
Do you remember what the
We're buying.
keychain was? Was it like a K for Kristen?
No, it was so for some reason Birkenstocks were really big in this village that we stayed in, and I bought a pair of like Birkenstocks there. I paid for those, but they had a keychain that said Dinkelsbühl, and it was like a little.
Oh, you mean
Birkenstock.
Dinklesview, the home of the fucking Birkenstock?
So, skip to about 3 or 4 days later, we had moved on to Paris.
Nobody's in prison at this point.
I was not arrested yet.
Nice.
We're shopping in Paris, and I was wearing like this plaid. I mean, again, guys, I wasn't allowed to, you had to look nice. Like you had to represent America.
Yeah.
So whenever we went out in public, they made us wear like khakis or, different things. So I just wore,
That's what the dress code actually said. Wear khakis or different things. Because that is American.
I specifically remember like, cause I didn't own khakis.
Yeah.
And I just wore Jenko jeans. I think I had a pair of Jenko khakis.
You would
I
have
didn't have-
khakis when you went to work at the Gap, but you have not started your career at the Gap, so.
Not yet. So anyway, I was wearing this long plaid skirt that like came all the way down to my ankles, right? I got it on Delia's. I got it from the Delia's catalog. And so we were shopping, and I saw this really cool like blue and brown tie-dyed long skirt. And I was like, I'm going to try that on and leave it under this skirt.
Oh, wow.
And leave the store. And my friend, Blonde, was like, yes. And
Wow.
She wasn't helping you out? Return for the keychain? Be like, I got this one.
No, at this point, I got the bug. I had it, and I was like, I'm gonna hit.
Taste. You had a
I'm gonna,
Okay.
I'm gonna hit all the cities in Europe that we go to. I'm gonna take something.
You know, Dinklesburg has not recovered yet. The economy has not recovered.
No, I've never heard of it. Why?
That's exactly it. It went under.
That's right.
No, no problems. I made sure there was no tag on it. There was no security tag, anything.
Smart.
I wore it out of the store. My friend, dark-haired girl, we'll call her brunette, bought something. I think she bought like gloves or like a small item, right? So it wasn't like we tried things on and then didn't leave, like with whatever. We thought that would be less.
Shirt on, and I won't bring it out of the dressing room. Thank you very much for your help. Good day.
Yeah, but that's not uncommon. Like people
Back there.
do stuff in the dressing room all the time.
Yeah. So we left, and it was great. I was riding this wave.
Off and running.
So then a couple days later, we're in
Man's throat.
Switzerland. And we're like shopping on some small street or something like that. I remember going in and buying like my dad a Swiss Army knife and getting his name written into it. That I paid for.
Yeah. Okay.
But we were like shopping for jewelry at this like a little kiosk. Like this woman had this little wagon.
Oh,
She
probably made all this stuff.
and she had it all on display. And
Sounds like a juicy mark.
She probably like rescued goats or something, and she's earning money for a goat sanctuary.
So brunette and blonde were like, let's hit up this woman. I said, yeah.
I think we can do it.
Let's shake her down.
Yeah.
Well, we're the color guards. We can
So
do
we
anything.
go over, and
Is plural of people who do color? Is it colors guard or color
no,
guard?
it's just straight up color guard.
All right. That's the plural and the singular.
You wouldn't pluralize it.
We're the color guard.
If you said, here come 3 girls from a color guard, that's how you'd say it. But you would also say, and up next to the floor is these 2 color guards, if 2 of them were performing together.
Got it. Unlike State's Attorney General, Jessie.
Right.
So I go over and I strike up a conversation with the old lady. And we're just talking about, Switzerland and our trip and this and that. And
Winning her trust.
Yeah.
All the baby goats that she's rescued.
Yeah. And like while I'm doing it, I'm like trying on rings and talking to her and putting them on and stuff like that. And brunette is seeing that I'm doing that, and then she calls the woman over and is like, can I use your mirror to see these earrings?
Perfect.
And I just then walked away, and I had 4 rings.
Oh my God.
The old Minnesota sing-song.
You know what? I'm never going to be able to watch Sneaky Pete on Amazon the same way. I'll just say Kristen. Just horrible.
Sorry. And then
Did brunette or blonde ever steal anything?
No, they were good people.
Or were they just egging you on the whole time?
They were Interpol.
Yeah, they're like, look at this monster. Let's see.
They stole stuff too.
Oh, they did. Okay.
They did. They stole stuff too. So I think blonde had stolen a wallet, like a leather sort of wallet from a store that we were in Switzerland too. Whatever. So we are on Eiffel Tower. We're on the Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
This here?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're on the Eiffel Tower. Look how innocent.
You would never know that you're on the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
There's no way to know that you're actually on the Eiffel Tower.
So
That's the 3 of you. That's the team.
do you see that necklace I'm wearing?
Nice. Yep.
The shell choker, yeah.
Stolen by brunette, given to me.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, I just wanted to show you the face of an innocent thief.
No,
There's no such thing.
dude, and you don't look innocent. I mean, look at this. That is a life of crime coming at you, right?
In fact, we can't even see the Eiffel Tower. Maybe you've done something with that.
Yeah, there is a story, the girl who stole the Eiffel Tower, and I thought that's where this was going for a minute.
No. So while we were on the Eiffel Tower, I had the Swiss Army knife that I had bought my dad, and I illegally carved my initials into the Eiffel Tower because brunette bet me to do it.
Wow.
He bet you someone else's wallet?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm basically awesome by this point on the trip, right? And I'm feeling really good about myself.
Yeah.
I really was, because I've never been like cool.
Bad, yeah. Being bad feels pretty good.
You're something.
Just, I'm not a good person. I wasn't at that point. I thought I was doing I wanted those girls to like me. And I thought, you know what I mean? Like,
Your good friends, blonde and brunette.
I know. The fact that I don't remember their names, sad.
You're just trying on different hats, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
it's all good. I stole a lot of things right here in America.
Yeah. Kevin, what did you ask about the guy?
I'm curious. Was it he wasn't involved in any way? He was just.
Well, he was hanging out with us, but like not as much as I was just with those two girls. And Blonde and him were hooking up. So
Okay. I just wanted to see, was he the Danny Ocean of the whole crew, maybe?
He was in charge of getting them clean papers.
yeah. I mean, he was a cool dude. I was attracted to him, but Blonde, if you could see her, she was smoking. I was like this, like, so he went for her, clearly.
That
But
your go-to move back then?
no,
No, thank you. Whatever your question just was, no, thank you.
So I was feeling chuff, you know. So we go to breakfast the next day after I had, after rings and such had happened. After I
wearing everything,
wearing all of your stuff.
Yeah,
just stolen swag.
yeah.
So that's
You're like, if this was a week ago, I'd be completely naked.
Now I have layers on.
So we have, usually before we got on the bus, it was a double-decker bus, which also super cool. Never had been on one.
And you're always upstairs?
No, here's the funny thing. So you could only fit, most of the bus was upstairs, and that was like regular bus seating. Downstairs, there was like 2 tables and like breakfast nook seating.
Facing
and
each other.
Yeah, and like we sat down there. We thought that was cool.
No, you didn't. The band sat upstairs, and there was no room for you guys, so you had to sit.
So they huddle us outside of the bus before we get on the bus to go to like our next location or whatever. And the director was like, all right, I can't believe I have to talk about this, but some of you have decided that stealing things would be cool.
Oh.
Like,
Did you just have spray diarrhea all over the bus?
Oh.
Well, now we know who it was.
and I was like, it's been like 5 European cities and they just found me.
No, he was following you the whole time.
It was a rampage.
So, Blonde like holds my hand. She's like, it's fine. It's fine.
We do this all the time.
We're in international waters.
I also don't know, like, I'm trying to think when the movie, I think it was Broke Down Palace, came out with Claire Danes, and like he got stuck over there for doing a crime. So
that crime was heroin, though. They were heroin.
Nuts.
So, yeah, they didn't steal a ring that
So-
some shepherd made out of, like, probably, as Jessie said, I think like out of dung or something like that.
So I was ready to be arrested. I was ready to live in whatever country wanted to put me in their prison. Like I was
You
had a good run.
had a weapon. You had a weapon on you. You could have gotten that Swiss Army knife. Corkscrew.
and
Did you start explaining yourself immediately? Like
no.
that's
So
great.
because it's a huge group. There's like 50 kids, right? He's making this announcement to all of us. You know, I never thought I'd have to say this, but some of you thought that stealing would be cool. And those folks were sent home.
Oh.
And I was like,
They were?
There's other people.
Sir, I'm right here.
That's light.
so apparently
Oh my
this
God.
kid, Tom, and this kid, Chris, were roommates the whole time and were stealing a salt and pepper shaker from every restaurant and hotel we
Oh my
ever
God.
went to.
That's what they got sent home for?
That's like a
Wow.
cute memento.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
That's
Yeah.
not people's livelihood.
And
That's
the
not-
hotel or restaurant, like they noted it. Like so then they contacted the tour group and they
A fucking restaurant in Dingledorf complained about. There should be
I mean,
people
if
there.
you think about it. So then I asked the teacher, I was like, how did you, because I'm like, I still thought it was me. So I was like, are they okay? They're like, yeah, I mean, we sent them home last night. They went on a plane. They're going home.
And
'Cause we had
Blonde's like, shut up, Kristen, you're talking too much. Shut up.
You're gonna blow
we
it.
had like 4 or 5 more days left on the trip. And all I wanted to do was make it to Euro Disney because that was the last 2 days.
And there's such good stuff to steal.
Yeah. So many marks.
So here, yeah, the one hotel called them and said, like, because I think they had stolen some other stuff maybe from the room too, but like they saw them take the salt and pepper shakers. And then they approached them and they looked through their stuff and they had at least like 30 salt and pepper shakers.
Oh, wow.
I
So they
wouldn't
were
get mad
very,
at them.
very bad thieves. Very, very bad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm wearing all of what I stole.
And that's the trick.
Yeah.
They can put your baggage. They're not going to find any of that
Take
stuff.
a look.
Guys,
you mean
if you want me
these
to write
things that I'm wearing, they're mine. They're on my body.
and that was my brush with thievery. I didn't do it again. That scared the living shit out of me. I never did it again.
Even the rest of that trip, no more.
Not the rest of that trip. Definitely not the rest of that trip. I needed to ride Space Mountain in Euro Disney. I
Did
needed
you
it.
hang out with Blonde and Brunette anymore?
Yeah. And we went to this dance party, like it was for our group, but it was still like we were in a segregated part of this like club in the city we were in. And Euro Disney was the next day. Blonde and that guy drank so much that they had to get taken to the hospital and get their stomachs pumped.
Oh, my God.
And
And
this
then-
Salt and pepper shakers in there.
And they were sent home the next day.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
my God.
they missed Euro Disney?
They missed Euro Disney. But I did not miss Euro Disney.
Mm.
Stole the most and were rewarded with Euro Disney. Everybody else was sent home.
Correct.
Cut to an old faded picture of Kristen's face on like a mail in like a mailbox or like in the post office of France
Mhm.
Small town.
or in Dumbledore.
Have you ever gone back to see if your carved initials are still in the Eiffel Tower?
She's been fucking banned.
I've never been to Paris again.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I
Earlier.
want to prove that there was an Eiffel Tower.
Well, I'm aware of the Eiffel Tower. Your picture is such a close-up.
Yeah.
It could be style.
Put that picture up again. It's so clearly a gray backdrop with the city of France in the.
I'll be honest with you. When she sent it to me, I didn't realize it was even the city behind her. But now I can see.
Oh, yeah, now you can see it.
It could be Rome. It could be.
Well, it's a picture of a picture too. The flash is gleaming
Oh,
off.
that's the sun. That's the sun. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
I do this just to make it a little easier. Hold on. Good. There we go.
There she
Sorry.
is.
Facial recognition says no.
No.
I could see the carving. It's still up there.
That's Euro
good.
Disney. She's standing in front of the Euro Disney.
Those are some nice rings, though.
Thank you.
And I think it's Eiffel's Tower, isn't it?
Ah,